Ah, ah. Yes, this is a sword. I can explain. First of all, if you're brand new here, we are reading the entire Bible and the Apocrypha. You have landed on the Book of Enoch. And I'm coming to you from Dallas, Texas, where I am currently attending an event with the Wellness Club, an all expenses paid trip. Lovely. We love it. And included in the festivities was medieval times. So we went to medieval times tonight, hence the crown. I have not been to medieval times in years since I took my kids back in Baltimore sometime, like probably 20 something years ago. It was so fun and got to see the horses and all of that. I bought this sword for my grandson because, ah, yeah, it lights up. Don't tell him, it's a surprise. I bought this sword for my grandson, and I want to teach you a manifestation secret with regard to this sword. You would have to know that there is a reason why Reverend Valerie Love is telling you about this sword. There's a manifestation secret in this sword. So, my grandson, Ether, the oldest one, he is about to be, let me turn this off and set this down. He is about to be 13 this coming weekend. And because he is, he's the oldest, he's a very interesting person. He's a very fascinating person. And his Christmas list included a sword. So we were cracking up. I was talking to Corey, my son, his uncle, and we were laughing like Ether wants a sword. And Ether, like most kids, is an excellent manifester. I mean, excellent. And we were cracking up. I even remember telling my friend Jared, I got a manifestation secret for you. Listen closely. I even remember telling my friend Jared, yeah, we were cracking up in the car when I was visiting Jared and Rod, and we went to Universal Studios. We were coming home from Universal Studios and we were cracking up. It was early December and we were talking about the kids' Christmas list. And yeah, Ether wants a sword and this one wants this, a sword. Oh my goodness. And Jared and Rod said, oh, we're probably just gonna get him a sword just so he can have a sword. It was a joke. I go into medieval times and I look on the wall. Now I didn't think anything more about getting Ether a sword. I don't think anyone got Ether a sword for Christmas. I walk in and I see a whole wall of swords, and the first thought that comes to me is Ether. Oh, buy Ether's sword. Like the swords just came in front of me. It was all kinds of swords. I looked at a few of them. I was like, oh, yeah, he'll like this one. It lights up. He's going to absolutely harass his younger brother and sisters with it because that's what oldest kids do. They harass the younger ones. So I'm going to give him some rules with that sword. Otherwise, his mom is going to take that sword. Anyway, saw the sword, tried out a few different swords. I'm like, oh my goodness, Ether gets a sword. So as I was walking away I did this after the dinner that you eat with your fingers. I still have some of the food over there. Had the little crown on my head, little cake, pictures on Facebook. As I was walking away, I thought, well, that was easy. And Ether is a great manifester, and you may not get what you want when you want it. If you stay certain in it, it will come to you. Everything will come to you. Everything you so desire, everything you want, everything you keep, not even want, that which you can imagine. Because what you want doesn't come to you. That which you can imagine and feel into and embody. That's why kids are great manifestors because Ether's already playing with that sword before he has the sword. So it's only a matter of moments before the universe puts a physical sword in his hand to match the energy of him already fighting with the sword in his imagination. This is a very important manifestation lesson. Very important. So, this is a replay. I am here with you. I won't say a replay. This is a recording. I'm here with you recording because do you see that big king size bed behind me? Well, Valerie stayed up late because Valerie, we're at this big event, so much fun. We're hanging out. After I get back, we had a big, huge announcement today, a huge announcement. There's a free cruise. Well, I want to say free cruise. You can win an all expenses paid cruise with airfare. I'll link it below. It was a huge day. So at the time that Valerie would normally wake up, which would be we're an hour earlier. So normally 7 a.m. Eastern time is when Valerie would go live. I'm talking about Valerie because the live Valerie is currently in the bed now. So that's why I'm referring to Valerie in the third person. If you wonder, I'm looking at Valerie. This is the other Valerie, the one who's in bed. By the time you'll be watching this. Well, the Valerie that normally lives in Miami, which is a different Valerie from this one, right? I can bilocate. I can be in two different places at the same time. I can be here talking to you on YouTube and still be in the bed. The Valerie that normally comes live to you at 7 a.m. Eastern time from Miami, she wakes up at about 5 a.m. and does meditative practices, Palo Santo, incense, meditation, all these things. And at about 6 a.m. starts to prepare hair, makeup, all those things, and everything else to prepare to go live at 7 a.m. Well, now that I'm in Dallas, it would be 4 a.m. that I would have to wake up to do all that prep and go live at 6 a.m. Now, tomorrow morning, our business conference where we are, it starts at breakfast is from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Dallas time, and 9 a.m. starts our conference. So Valerie is going to sleep in the morning because it's very late at about this time. So this is being recorded now before I go to bed so that by the time you watch it, that Valerie will be in bed getting much needed rest for a full day. Tomorrow is the conference during the day, then lunch, and then the rodeo. And look what I have for the rodeo. Okay, let's get into the Book of Enoch. Let's do it. I don't know why the Shanae voice came over me. What is wrong with me? This is what happened when I get sleepy. Okay, let's go to the Book of Enoch. Book of Enoch. Welcome. I am Reverend Valerie Love, also known as Kaisi, and I am so happy you are here. Meet us here every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time and get into it. Here we are, the Book of Enoch, 45. We did the first parable, and this is the second parable. Pardon me. About those who deny the name of the dwelling of the holy ones and of the Lord of spirits. They will not ascend into heaven, nor will they come upon the earth. Such will be the lot of the sinners who deny the name of the Lord of spirits, who will thus be kept for the day of affliction and distress. On that day, the chosen one will sit on the throne of glory and will choose their works. And their resting places will be without number, and their spirits within them will grow strong when they see my chosen one and those who appeal to my holy and glorious name. And on that day, I will cause my chosen one to dwell among them, and I will transform heaven and make it an eternal blessing and light. And I will transform the dry ground and make it a blessing. And I will cause my chosen ones to dwell upon it, but those who commit sin and evil will not tread upon it. For I have seen and have satisfied with peace my righteous ones, and have placed them in front of me. But for the sinners, my judgment draws near, so that I may destroy them from the face of the earth. And there I saw one who had a head of days, and his head was white like wool. And with him there was another whose face had the appearance of a man, and his face was full of grace, like one of the holy angels. And I asked one of the holy angels who went with me and showed me all the secrets about that Son of Man, who he was, and from where he was, and why he went with the head of days. And he answered me and said to me, "This is the Son of Man, who has righteousness and with whom righteousness dwells. He will reveal all the treasures of that which is secret, for the Lord of spirits has chosen him. And through uprightness, his lot has surpassed all others in front of the Lord of spirits forever. And this Son of Man, who you have seen, will rouse the kings and the powerful from their resting places, and the strong from their thrones, and will loose the reins of the strong, and will break the teeth of the sinners. And he will cast down the kings from their thrones and from their kingdoms, for they do not exalt him, and do not praise him, and do not humbly acknowledge from where their kingdom was given to them. And he will cast down the faces of the strong, and shame will fill them, and darkness will be their dwelling, and worms will be their resting place. And they will have no hope of rising from their resting places, for they do not exalt the name of the Lord of spirits. And these are they who judge the stars of heaven, and raise their hands against the Most High, and trample upon the dry ground and dwell upon it, and all their deeds show iniquity, and their power rests on their riches, and their faith is in their gods that they have made with their hands. And they deny the name of the Lord of spirits, and they will be driven from the houses of his congregation and of the faithful who depend on the name of the Lord of spirits. And in those days, the prayer of the righteous and the blood of the righteous will have ascended from the earth in front of the Lord of spirits. In these days, the holy ones who live in heaven above will unite with one voice and supplicate and pray and praise and give thanks and bless in the name of the Lord of spirits, because of the blood of the righteous that has been poured out, and because of the prayer of the righteous, so that it may not cease in front of the Lord of spirits, so that justice might be done to them, and that their patience may not have to last forever. And in those days, I saw the head of days sit down on the throne of his glory, and the books of the living were open in front of him, and all his host, which dwell in the heavens above, and his council were standing in front of him. And the hearts of the holy ones were full of joy that the number of righteousness had been reached, and the prayer of the righteous had been heard, and the blood of the righteous had not been required in front of the Lord of spirits. And in that place I saw an inexhaustible spring of righteousness, and many springs of wisdom surrounded it. And all the thirsty drank from them and were filled with wisdom, and their dwelling was with the righteous and the holy and the chosen. And at that hour, that Son of Man was named in the presence of the Lord of spirits, and his name brought to the head of days, even before the sun and the constellations were created, before the stars of heaven were made. His name was named in front of the Lord of spirits. He will be a staff to the righteous and the holy, so that they may lean on him and not fall. And he will be the light of the nations, and he will be the hope of those who grieve in their hearts. All those who dwell upon the dry ground will fall down and worship in front of him, and they will bless and praise and celebrate with psalms the name of the Lord of spirits. And because of this, he was chosen and hidden in front of him before the world was created and forever. But the wisdom of the Lord of spirits has revealed him to the holy and the righteous. For he has kept safe the lot of the righteous, for they have hated and rejected this world of iniquity. In all its works and its ways, they have hated in the name of the Lord of spirits. For in his name they are saved, and he is the one who will require their lives. And in those days, the kings of the earth and the strong who possess the dry ground will have downcast faces because of the works of their hands. For on the day of their distress and trouble, they will not save themselves. And I will give them into the hands of my chosen ones, like straw in the fire, and like lead in water. So they will burn in front of the righteous and sink in front of the holy, and no trace will be found of them. And on the day of their trouble, there will be rest on the earth, and they will fall down in front of him and will not rise. And there will be no one who will take them with his hands and raise them, for they denied the Lord of spirits and his Messiah. May the name of the Lord of spirits be blessed. For wisdom has been poured out like water, and glory will not fail in front of him forever and ever. For he is powerful in all the secrets of righteousness, and iniquity will pass away like a shadow and will have no existence. For the chosen one stands in front of the Lord of spirits, and his glory is forever and ever, and his power for all generations. And in him dwell the spirit of wisdom, and the spirit that gives understanding, and the spirit of knowledge and of power, and the spirit of those who sleep in righteousness. And he will judge the things that are secret, and no one will be able to say an idle word in front of him, for he has been chosen in front of the Lord of spirits in accordance with his wish. This is the Book of Enoch, Book 1. Book 1 of the Book of Enoch. There are several. I am looking forward to being able to say that we have read the entire Bible and the Apocrypha, that we read it all. I am looking forward to that. I love this with you, and I will see you tomorrow And Valerie, who is currently in bed as you'll be watching this, loves you to the moon and beyond. Peace. Kaisi out. Go ether. Go ether. Valiant night. Ha ha.